Ladies and gentlemen, Screamin Vader, and last I left off, I sprayed them all with a flat black primer, and sprayed the whole figure, sprayed the cape and everything, but I have one little problem, and that is the vinyl cape. Spraying the primer on the cape wants to make it tacky, and it's tacky on the top here and a little bit on the cape. If you've ever painted enamel on a vinyl, you know how it never dries and it's always tacky. Well, I have found a solution to it, and that is spray Future on anything. Like if you use enamel on a vinyl, put Future on it, and it will take the tackiness away. It will dry, and you can proceed on. And then if you don't like the sheen, you know, if it's gloss, you can go in with a matte varnish and spray on it and dull it down. But I have found out that's the best way for to get rid of the tackiness on anything that's vinyl. But primer usually doesn't is never really tacky when you spray on. Sometimes it does. I don't know why, but most of the time when you spray on vinyl, primer usually takes care of any tackiness at all. But anyway, I'm going to have to spray his cape a couple coats to get the tackiness down, and then we'll go in and mat it down and get it. But I did get his boots and some of his chest armor shiny, which is probably hard to really see. Started painting his chest box. Again, I didn't really ask, and Vader's armor is different. New Hope, Empire, Jedi. So I kind of did a combo of all three, making the painting his armor, giving him a little color. Like the chest box here, the buttons are different colors depending on which series and everything. So I got to finish painting the top here, which ain't going to be much. It's just going to be a little bit of dry brushing of silver, because there ain't really a whole lot of technically it's not accurate. I mean, there ain't a whole lot of detail on the kit, but on the real one it's supposed to be. But anyway, you're not going to see much because Mr. Helmet's going to be on there and covering it up. But anyway, I got his chain on. I super glued that. It's a little too gold, I think. I'm going to dry brush a little bit, get that all toned down just a little bit. But anyway, I think he pretty much turned out pretty darn slick. So anyway, we will continue on with him tomorrow because I want to spray him today and just let him sit so we can get the tackiness down, and we can proceed on. So that's where I am on Lord Vader, if I don't drop him. Done. The EM50. I pretty much got most of it all painted. I got the masked off the bottom, got the green, and a lot of people ask me what colors did I use, and it's very, very simple. I can't find an exact match for the GMC Sherwood colors, but Tamiya flat green, which is XF5, and Tamiya JA gray, XF14. And now these two colors are pretty darn close. I mean, they're flat, but spray it with Future, get your sheen on, and you'll be able to pretty much get the same color as the picture. I mean, it's really, really close. So got that masked off. I sprayed the green. I let that dry for a day, took the tape off, masked it from the top up, got the top on, and then last night I did the two side panels, which I'll probably just do a little dry brushing. That's pretty much it on that. I'm basically down to painting the trim, and then a little bit on the bumpers. I'm going to try to leave most of the chrome bumper, because for me it's hard to replicate that shiny, shiny chrome. And I'm going to add a little bit of weathering on it. I don't want mine really clean. I want mine kind of, since I got the doors down, it's been in a little bit of combat, just like in the movie at the very end. That's what I want to plan on doing. But I got to tape off the windows. I think it looks pretty darn slick. Anyway, the Hess van is the closest thing you can get, I think, to the EM50. I mean, that's very little modification and very, very fun. But anyway, that's where I am on the EM50. And I finished one thing, and I'm going to have to do a video on it once I go to the hobby store, and that is the Railcar Gundam. I went ahead and repainted the rail cars. The only thing I didn't do yet, and I'm going to do that after this video, is I'm going to put a little chipping on the car, which you really can't see until you get up on it. Did some shading. The Gundam itself, did some shading on it. Did a lot of chipping here and there, and just a couple washes, and just try to make him pop, make him look like worn, but not too worn. Gundams should be really worn out, especially the combat ones. But anyway, so he fits good in his little cradle. So I want to do a video. Hopefully he goes around the track and won't fall off. The weapons car, same thing. You can probably see the shading on it. I just airbrushed it and just went to town. I didn't go, overly. I actually know there used to be a place here in town. They were a hobby store, train store. And there was a guy that basically ran the train store part of it, and all he did day in, day out was paint cars. That was his job. I think he made a mint painting everyone's locomotives. And then one day they just shut the doors. But anyway, I always knew the gentleman back there that painted that. But anyway, I got the shield, the gun in there. I don't know if you can probably weathered it, did some chipping on that, got that in here. And again, I didn't do a whole lot of, I didn't want to go too overboard on the chipping, because it is going to be roaming, and, they may have to pick it up to move it, whatever. But anyway, I think it looks pretty darn slick. So, that is where I am on Mr. Railcar Gundam. So I'm going to go take him to the hobby store. I'm going to try to do videos of that and the ceiling tile dioramas. So hopefully we can try to get that accomplished either this week or maybe next week, hopefully. But anyway, that's where I am on that. So, that's all I've got so far. We are taking care of Lord Vader. I'm going to spray him, and probably going to have to just let him be while he dries. Finished up Mr. Railcar Gundam, which I think he turned out pretty nice. And I do like high-grade kits. I think they're simple, and I think you can do a whole lot with them. And we're getting ever so close to finishing the EM50. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode